What is up, everybody? We are out here this morning. I just
out here.
Yes, we just walked up. We're at Hot Springs, Arkansas. Again, today is Friday, so we got some side-by-side racing, some VIN racing going on. We have some new fun stories I can't wait to tell you guys about. Looks like we're a little dark on the live feed there.
I don't even know the new fun stories.
Yeah. Well, they're not new fun stories.
Oh, okay.
I have a new driver, an old driver racing a new vehicle.
Okay.
He was almost at a race earlier this year, but then sold the buggy and now has bought a different vehicle. And it's Coots. K-O-O.
Adam Coots.
Coots. A-K-O-O.
That's who the story's about.
We're going to pronounce it K-O-O-T-Z from now on. Coots.
That actually is how the whole rest of the world has always been pronouncing it.
He mentioned that to me this morning. He's like, it's only been 5 years. Don't worry about it. And I laughed. I said, you know what? I feel horrible because
I tried to tell you.
Brian Bebo Watt came up to me one day and was like, hey, it's Watt.
I tried to tell you that one. You want to know another one?
It's
like Randall Key, not Keys.
Oh, I do say Keys.
Mm-hmm. So now that we got that all straightened out, thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live. This is NRRA race number 4 so far for the 2023 season. Like Matt says, we're out here at Hot Springs ORV, enjoying a beautiful day.
Amazing.
We are blessed with some wonderful spring weather, and this weekend is presented by Spyder OffRoad. So huge shout out and thank you to them and all of our sponsors, as always, for helping us do what we do out here at the NRRA.
And I think we're going to kick off the stock class.
Yeah, I see Brandon Davis getting lined up over there. So we're going to go into our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. As always, we will run our stock class, VIN class, and then our RCV Axle Unlimited class, UTV class. So that's today. And then tomorrow will be our youth class, UTV Bounty, and the bouncer class. We got a full weekend of racing here, ready to go.
Yes.
I hope you guys are going to be able to join us for most of it, or as much as possible, as much as you can while you're at home at least. Let us know where you're watching from, guys. Where are you tuning in from?
Again, we got Brandon Davis on the line in that stock Can-Am. He races a stock class as well as the UTV Cup Series. Again, like Bree said, we're at Hot Springs, Arkansas. We have amazing weather here. I am so stoked. Again, Brandon, that Can-Am taking off. We have lots of uphills and lots of downhills going today. I heard the drivers discussing what the plan was for which hill going up, which hill going down, and to make sure they don't get lost. Because kind of what they're doing first course is kind of the exact opposite of what they're doing on the second course. So
I had DC Thompson telling me what the courses were after the drivers meeting.
Yes.
And if DC can explain the courses, that means he was there and paying attention.
He actually was in
I'm proud.
He was actually in a mini excavator fixing the course. Well, I say fixing, modifying it.
Look at that. So Brandon Davis is our first driver of the weekend and day of racing. If you guys are just joining us, we're in Hot Springs ORV Park. This is our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class.
There's a couple big jumps right here. Okay, he slowed down. There was lots of debating.
Coming down that hill and around the corner doesn't leave a lot of room to really come into that as a jump.
And that's the finishing gate right there. He's blazing through.
66.342, our first time of the day.
We were debating on who and how fast they were going to hit that jump.
We've got Ronnie from Super Grip checking in, watching from Ocean City. I am waving at the legend, Mr. Steve Howell, out here in person. Haven't seen him in a hot minute. We've got Christy checking in from Monticello, Kentucky, home of Braden Upchurch and Rock Life Off-Road.
Heck yeah.
Traven wants to know where's the next race at. So we are on a bit of a break after this
93 days, I think.
Yes, so it'll be in July. We will be heading to Good Evening Ranch.
Which we're excited.
West Virginia. That'll be our first time racing there ever. Pretty much first time there at all for a lot of us. So that'll be in July. And it looks like Jay Storts just took off the line now. Ooh, we got some water at the bottom of the hill. I didn't even see that before.
Taylor said that was placed there strategically. That's a little hot splash. Help keep your visor clean when you're.
We might need a little more of that out here once the dust gets going.
I was talking to a bunch of the race moms and the race wives over there today, and I was saying that I love this weather, but it could be tomorrow if we get it. They're calling for a little bit of rain tomorrow. That might not hurt the course. It might help it a little bit, just keep the dust down. Colby Reich tuning in. What's up, Colby?
Colby, are you going to be out here tomorrow?
What's up, Don Curtis in there?
I saw your name on the list, I think.
Again, Don Curtis not able to make it with us. He normally races our VIN class. Won our VIN class last year. He's one of our veteran VIN class drivers. He races a full-body Chevy. He's like the only full big-body truck out there. Jay was down there working on his rig with, see what his time's going to be. .165 for Jay Stortz. Again, Cody Kaysen and Clay Kaysen were down there working on his rig, doing something to it before.
That Jay's that they had?
Yeah.
Up, that's the second time that I've seen that happen, and the thing is winched up.
Yes.
And getting tires replaced on it or something.
I don't know if they were putting a shock on it.
I have a picture of that at Disney, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, get some repairs. There's a Hummer driving by. That's kind of cool. Old H1 Army Hummer. It's always interesting to see what you see at off-road parks, all the vehicles. So speak of the devil, this is Adam Coots coming up here. He sold the reloaded buggy and now is going to a side-by-side. Going to do some racing with us today and tomorrow. Going to race stock class. He's racing the UTV Bounty tomorrow. And then later today he'll be racing the UTV Cup Series. Next weekend, taking it to Rush and racing Ultra 4.
Oh.
Because he has a full hydraulic steering, he's going to have to bump up to like the Pro Modified, same class Paul Wolf races in.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be out there racing with those guys. So he's excited to go out there and tear it up a little bit.
Again, it's been a while since we had Adam out here racing with us.
He sold his buggy. He messaged me literally like on Friday morning and was like, yeah, I can't wait to race with you guys, and had the Matrix Reloaded on there. Or the Riot
Matrix
buggy.
Reloaded.
The Riot Reloaded buggy.
Sorry, I don't know why that was so funny.
The movie buff there. With the Riot Reloaded buggy. And then, like, by Saturday night, I saw a Snapchat on his Snapchat account saying it was sold. And it was, like, off to a new home. And I was like, oh, okay. So, a lot can change in 24 hours. So, I seen the other day, picked up a side-by-side. And he said, yeah, I'm going to do some more racing with it, a little more versatile. I could do some SRS events with it. I can do some Ultra 4 events with it. Again, who knows? We might even see him out the Mid-America stuff this year with their short course series. Again, so Adam, we're used to seeing him in a big buggy.
Well, he started with us in the UTV class.
Yes.
And shake and bake.
The old shake and bake. Ooh, sending it through there.
.132, fastest time right now.
Okay, Colby says him, Wade, and Kenneth Cozine and Clint are all about 3 to 4 hours out.
All right, hurry up.
I don't know if they're caravanning or they're all just shoved in one trailer again. But
well, lucky for them, they can listen to Hillside Live on the road and make it go by a little faster.
Yep. I do. When I used to just travel and race, I would listen to the live feed and plug my phone in, so I got surround sound jamming out to it, watching the racing. Back when I would cheer on you and whoever your host was that day.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Dave.
Yeah.
I said Dave was usually the one I think I saw.
Old Dave Z.
Dave Z. We got to see him, though, like last year at Bikini Bottoms.
Yeah, he came to Bikini Bottoms.
Hopped in and did some little volunteering in the booth just for fun. It was good to see him.
See if he shows back up this year.
That must be the closest race to his house.
Yeah, he lives in Jackson, Tennessee, so.
Jackson, Tennessee.
Pretty close.
Again, this is Daniel Heckley. Coming out of that Perryville Mafia crew. Coming out of Perryville, Missouri, which I drove like right through to get here. Again, Daniel races stock class as well as a big bouncer. So he gets plenty of seat time in the weekends. Him and Jay and...
Daniel!
Was flying down that hill.
All right, it needs to be said. What the heckly?
What the heckly? I love you can see, like, literally all the guys he's racing against today and a few course workers.
I do believe that might be our first Skinny Pedal nominee.
Yes. Speaking of Skinny Pedal, have we ever had a youth Skinny Pedal?
a youth. We've had nominees. We have not had a youth winner.
Okay.
But we have had a nominee from the youth class.
Here we go. We got a replay. Throwing to Taylor in the booth in there. Again, flying down that hill. I'm not sure exactly what he caught on that front end. I don't know if it just clipped that ledge.
Loaded it up and lawn darted.
Dang it. You can see all the dirt falling off of the front of it as it's landing. Good times.
Oh, bummer. Well, you know what? He's still got bouncer class tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And this dirt's pretty soft. He might not have even done any damage to it. We'll see. We got all the experts out there assessing.
Yes. Look, those are all the guys. If I broke something, those are all the guys that can fix it right there.
Yep.
Anyone I would call is in that picture.
So if you, look, he's fine.
That's funny.
Good job.
They're all like, yeah, you're good.
Good work, everybody.
They're checking steering as he's rolling them over.
If you're newer to the series and the show, first of all, welcome to Hillside Live and the National Rock Racing Association. Second, we do like to let everybody know we've got our course workers, volunteers, recovery personnel out on the course. They'll either be in a vest or an orange high-vis shirt, something like that. When you see other people run out there, those are not just random strangers from the crowd. Those are other drivers that are heading out to help their friends or family member, whoever it is that they came here and are part of the pit crew with. So don't worry. They're not just anybody just running out of the crowd. Those are other drivers.
And what's funny because
assisting the recovery.
All of our Rock Racing TV staff today has orange shirt on, as well as all the park employees have orange shirts on.
It's a popular color.
So if you see an orange shirt running up there, it's either a production crew or
somebody that's in charge of something.
Yeah, it's somebody who's supposed to be there. It's not just a bunch of guys, random fans that are like, hey, yeah, check it out. That's not real great for safety. So, again, you'll see all the bouncers lined up tomorrow against the wall with all the spectators sitting behind them. They did a great job of clearing all the trees out, but not all of the trees. They left some for shade purposes.
Yeah, we're racing in a little bit of a different spot than we have the last couple times out here. Braden Upchurch just taken off the line. This is which Horsepower Hill is which one of these, Matt?
So Horsepower Hill.
Help me out. It's been a while.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but right behind us, there's a bulldozer, and there's a big, like a 40-foot wide, 60-foot wide area. That is Horsepower Hill.
Okay.
Again, the homeowners can't see it, but there's a sign at the bottom that says Horsepower Hill on it.
I got down here at the driver's meeting and said to Jack, I was like, I don't think I've ever been down here before. Like, not for a race. He's like, yeah, you have. You raced the Juggy on it. And I was like, I did? Yeah. That was like 10 years ago. I was like, did I make it?
You're like, did I win?
He didn't remember either. So apparently I have been here before. Things look a little different after 10 years. Braden has picked himself up a souvenir and is carrying that vine with him. Speaking of Braden, I would like to say thank you to his family for this snack
giant bag
package that was so thoughtfully provided, mostly for Matt, but that means I get to benefit from it too.
we at Rock Racing TV always appreciate snacky snacks. Again, you can see Braden Upchurch there.
Whoa! Hey, good thing he had that branch on the back to weigh him down.
Weighting him down.
Can we get a time for Braden?
.790 for Mr. Braden Upchurch.
So our fastest time right now is Adam Coots with a 60.1, and then Brandon Davis with a 66, Jay Storch with a 72, and Braden Upchurch with a 78. Daniel Heckley was a DNF, but a good enough DNF that he is our first Skinny Pedal nominee.
We love it.
For the weekend. And it looks like we got Justin Hoback and Big Bertha.
That big four-seater he represents.
On the line.
I feel like he has just massive tires on that thing. And I don't know if it's because it's such a big vehicle the tires look big, or he actually does have big. They're all, they're actually large tires. Again, Justin helps out a lot with
Big Bertha. She's a big girl.
Lives up to the title, yeah. Again, there's several big lips in this course, so I don't know if we'll see if that wheelbase help him or hurt him here.
Justin's been doing really well in the stock class this season.
Yeah,
in the four, you can't put down the four-seater, man. They're so much more capable than
like,
you think.
Every time you go to make fun of it, it's like, yeah, he's in the top 5, top 3,
You can't be hating on them. I raced our 4-seater Big Booty Judy at AOP. Taylor, our screens just went black. Is that supposed to happen?
There we go.
Oh, we're back. At AOP 2 weekends ago.
Yep.
I had a blast. They had a really great course.
You raced your 4-seater?
Yep.
What was it like? What was the course like?
4-seater, mostly stock.
Mostly stock?
Yeah, we put like an RS1 front diff in it. And
Okay.
Just got
and that's more
that's
more for breakage. That's not say performance mod.
Yeah. Just trying to keep everything together.
Hey, the old Ranger 5000. There he goes.
There's Justin.
Again, there's a couple lips at the bottom there. Kind of.
I actually talked Tasha into racing their 4-seater. Tasha Wilson, Wyatt Wilson's wife.
I did see that.
At AOP as well. I was like, I'll ride with you. Come on, let's do this. And it was really fun. That's an 80268 for Justin Hoback.
I didn't know she raced with you. I saw you with her in like a story or something, but
I talked her into it. She wasn't going to, and I was like, it'll be fun. Like, it was a really good course.
Bad influencer.
It wasn't so like rough, It was just a really good. I was like, I'll ride with you.
You're like, it's fine.
Yeah. And I haven't done like co-piloting in a long time.
Yeah,
so it was fun.
How was it? Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. I love the course. I'd do that again any day.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that you encouraged her to race.
Yeah, we had fun.
Got Dan Carter, Mr. Rock Life Off-Road here, sitting here. Got that Super Grip RCV logo. I've seen Super Grip out here with him.
Part of, Team Rock Life.
Again, this is our Rock Life Off-Road stock class.
We had Ronnie from Super Grip checking in with us earlier. Probably still watching here.
I thought he was posting some stuff from the park, so either somebody sent him photos or he was here, one of the two.
Well, he says he's watching from Ocean City.
Okay.
So
he was just posting some stuff. I seen he had posted some stuff earlier. Again, Dan Carter represent. He's racing, I believe, all 3 classes again this weekend. Dan typically races the UTV stock class, the UTV Cup Series, as well as the Bounty Series, which is an extremely difficult course. Again, you can see some of these lips. The bouncers will be going up here later today. Or tomorrow, I'm sorry. Tomorrow, this weekend. Well, there are going to be a few of us probably come play.
Yeah.
I know Justin Wills is down here. We have a new racer racing with us today that will be racing later, side-by-side later on today. Mark Carpenter, I think was his name.
Yeah, he's raced with us.
He has a few times. A new side-by-side that got dropped off this morning.
Aha.
Here at the park, like an hour ago, he said.
Oh, my goodness.
And then his bouncer.
Break it in.
His new bouncer he picked up 2 weeks ago. He'll be racing for the first time. So I said, wow, you're really racing. He goes, yeah. So he said, fingers crossed everything goes well.
You got to get the tires dirty for that first time. Get that first scratch on there. And
80.210 for Dan Carter in that Rock Life Off-Road stock class.
That was really close with Justin's time. They both had an 80.2. Our fastest time is still Adam Coots with a 60.1. And we've got Clay Mangum on the line now, and he is going to wrap up Course 1 for our Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. We had a little bit smaller class for our smaller lineup for the stock class this weekend. Clay's been racing with us a couple times so far this year. We'll see if he can beat that 60.1 that Adam Coots has in the lead right now.
Again, this is area they're racing in is right next to Horsepower Hill. But I think a lot of these hills you can kind of call Horsepower Hill. They're not necessarily super steep. They're just something you can literally almost, you want to push the buggies. Obviously, the cutouts they came and made this weekend. Clyde and the team got together yesterday and day before yesterday came down here and made some cutouts to make it a little more challenging for the big bouncers. But again, you'll see a lot of horsepower when these guys are blazing up this hill, pushing for that fastest time. And it's no secret the side-by-sides are doing the same thing. Getting Clay making quick work of this course here. Again, we could thank Jack from Delta Drone Works out here this weekend giving us that awesome drone footage.
Oh, that was pretty quick work on that course. Let's see what his time is. 66.491. That is good enough for third place right now. That was course 1 for our Rock Life Off-Road stock class. Adam Coots had the fastest time with a 60.1, followed by Brandon Davis with a 66.3, and then Clay Mangum with a 66.4. Let's see. We'll just go ahead and line them all out here. Then we had Jay Storts with a 72, Braden Upchurch with a 78.
There's tight times.
Dan Carter with an 80.21, and then Justin Hoback with an 80.26, and Daniel Heckley was a DNF. So that was course 1 for the Rock Life stock class, and we are going to move into our VIN class next. I believe we've got just 3 drivers holding down the VIN class this weekend. Don Curtis was not able to make it. He said we'll be seeing him next time around.
Oh, yeah?
But we did have Otis Neal.
Okay.
He came over and talked to us earlier and decided that he didn't actually meet some of the requirements for the VIN class. We were like, you know what, you can go ask Justin and Charles and see if they mind if you just run for fun anyway. And apparently they did not, because that's what he's doing.
Yes, so what we're going to do is this, and I need to make this very, very clear. This is an exhibition run. This is not a racing contest type of run. This is an exhibition run. There's a few things that he has on his vehicle that would not qualify him to run the VIN class. Unfortunately, he would have to bump up into the bouncer. He runs
suspension,
not a stock axle. He runs not a stock. He runs a coilover style suspension. And then as I'm introducing him, we're talking, we're chatting. He's like, "Oh yeah, and I have a V8." I'm like, and then you have a So if you have a TJ that has a different motor, a different transmission, a different transfer case, a different suspension, different axles. The only thing left of the TJ is the body.
Yeah.
That's more of a truggy and less of a Jeep.
We're not so much in the VIN class anymore. However, it is a perfect example of we want everybody to be able to come out and have fun, get a taste of the racing, especially if you've never done it before, and just come and enjoy the day and see what it's all about out here. So, and all of our drivers feel the same way. So obviously we want it to be fair for everybody that does come and is chasing the points and all that in our classes, and make sure that the guidelines are there for a reason. But to just come out and just go run the course, see what it's like, get a feel for it, have fun. Heck yeah, we're all about that. So
and also I didn't ask him what size tire he had either. I didn't even think about that.
Because that's him right there.
They're allowed to have a 35-inch, and those definitely look bigger than 35.
Those look bigger than 35.
Yeah. Yeah, he's running ORIs.
It reminds me of the Juggy.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah, ORIs, yeah. Again, got a full roll cage. It looks more like a truggy, or, since it's a Jeep and a truggy, Jeep and a buggy, we'd call it like a juggy, I guess.
Fun
I know
fact.
you own the juggy phrase, but
Juggy was actually short also for Juggernaut. Like we called it the Juggernaut because it was just kind of like blasted through stuff.
Wouldn't die
with it, Yeah, but then also because it was a Jeep buggy.
Yeah,
so
Jeep
it was
buggy.
fitting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say this is kind of. It looks like it sits a little higher than probably most of our stock class rigs. It looks like I see a PS, so it's like a full hydraulic steering, probably as well. So it could be a hydraulic assist.
He does have to go first because he was a late entry.
Okay.
So we've got Otis Neal, and then we'll have Justin Hoback and Charles Crrs in this class as well.
There's you could not have 3 more different vehicles, I think, racing this class.
They run the gamut,
those
sure.
3, which to me is so exciting and so fun to watch that you have 3 of the most random vehicles you can put in the class. So. Again, this guy runs a V8 engine, a 4.880, I believe, transmission, so it's an 8-speed. Atlas 2 transfer case, I think Dana 60, 14-bolt. He said he runs a 1-ton, so I don't remember exactly what it is, but I'm going to guess a Dana 60 14-bolt, or it could have swapped in Super Duty axles. Again, you can get that V8 kind of monster in through there.
Yeah, sounds pretty healthy.
Again, Zach always being ornery, of course. Again, I see the T-shirt trailer up there. Is that food that we have right there? Food and T-shirt trailer?
Yeah, you would. Turn around, Matt. We're racing on the other hill.
Well, I was panning
This
around
one
to look
over
back at our
here.
screen, and I was like, they have the cutest little snack trailer set up over there.
It caught his eye.
It did. They have nice little towels on it. A little cute little area there. I wasn't sure if it's coffee or is that hot dogs.
Bless your heart.
What's going on?
I'm sure you'll go find out later.
I will. Again, you can see the hoods off of it. Great looking cage on the back of Neil's rig. Again, this is an exhibition only. We've had some other guys reach out that have JKs that have, coilover suspension. We've explained to them, several different guys, hey, if you have a coilover suspension, that's not exactly, stock in the heart of the rules. Now, if you have a coil spring, factory style coil spring with a shock, you can run that with stock axles, stock motor. Obviously, this guy has a V8. Neil has a V8, so that's definitely going to put him out.
I think he might have gotten mixed up on the course.
I heard Clyde on the radio saying that he missed a turn somewhere, but
you know what? That's all right.
You know what?
He's
it's
getting
okay.
a feel for it.
It's okay.
I hope he's having a good time out
well,
there.
The biggest problem isn't this guy getting lost because this is an exhibition run. The problem is I don't want the next racers to follow him on the same course.
Well, Justin's next. I think he's probably got it lined out.
And I see Justin, and then right behind him, Charles. So both of them are clearly watching this course. Hopefully making note of where they need to be at. Again, you can see them kind of dropping down those ledges. The bouncers will be going up tomorrow. I think those ledges could cause some problems, but I don't think they will.
I think that they'll probably get worn down fairly easily.
I think so.
It's pretty loose out here, especially if we get any rain.
Yeah, I think they were saying the rain's going to push off until later tomorrow afternoon, which I'd rather have a little bit in the morning just because it knocked the dust down. But, again, they made this big jump here. Most of the drivers said that they do think they could make it.
I don't know. It's not a very good
DC Thompson went down and tried to help
to the jump.
Yeah. DC Thompson went up and helped try to make it a little bit better, but I don't know if it's going to have enough.
There's just not a lot of room there either.
Okay.
All right. We're not sure if he ran the correct course. He did get a 153. That was Otis Neal joining us for an exhibition type run out here today. Didn't quite meet the requirements. If you guys are just joining us and might be wondering, does that fit in the VIN class?
No.
Not exactly, but we wanted him to come out and have some fun anyway.
Yeah, and I want to make that very clear to listeners. So if you see a guy that's ripping a V8 and 1 tons in the VIN class, we did let him run, yes, but it's part of the exhibition. Mainly just he did it for fun. And obviously it's a crowd favorite, Guys watched it.
Now we've got Justin Hoback in the WT.
I love the way you guys it's a W.
Yes.
WT.
The kid said it is not WT. W.
WT.
Stands for work truck.
Yeah,
He's doing work.
I can appreciate that. And I feel like that truck does some work.
It hauls us all around
the
park, the campsite.
Yes.
Gets raced.
Yeah.
Also, it's when it goes on the trailer, it has Clara's 200 up there sitting on the back of it.
Does Clara load her own 200 on that? Because that would be awesome to see.
I highly doubt that.
It would be pretty cool to see Clara drive it up there.
You don't think that we're quite at that stage yet.
If it is, I definitely want to see that. That would be some great behind-the-scenes footage.
If he named the winch Clara, then you could see
Clara
put it up there.
That's true. Again, there's a couple of big ledges there. I think he's watching his.
It doesn't look like much from over here, but you can tell that he's taking his time for a reason.
Well, again, these are a 35-inch max tire size. He's definitely DOT tire, so we're definitely checking that approach angle, making sure he has plenty of traction before he comes down. Again, they cleared a lot of trees out the lower, but you can still see there are some to help for the shade. And again, that's by design. They cleared quite a bit of debris out since before we got here. Spent a couple months getting this course all ready for us. So we appreciate them leaving some trees. Again, it helps keep the shade there. So, again, there's a great shot there of those lips. You can see the bouncers are going to.
And remember, it's way steeper in person than it looks on camera. That's your friendly reminder.
Yeah.
As always, you might be like, man, he's just creeping. No, this is a lot steeper than it looks on camera.
He's probably also making sure you can kind of coming at an angle that way in a high center
like
there.
That
you can see the dirt. You can see the dirt clearing when he's bottomed out a little bit there.
I have to take into account my approach angle when I drive my Mazda 6 sedan and try and go over a curb or something. Yeah, I'm gonna hit this at an angle here, and so I don't scrape
Speaking of your car, where did you park at this morning?
I'm parked next to the RV.
Okay. So you just walk back or
finagled it into the woods there a little bit. Mozzie's tough, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you drove it all the way back to the production trailer. Or?
Oh no, Mozzie's not that tough.
Okay. There were some pretty big dips coming through. Luckily, I'm driving a big truck with a trailer, so it's not too bad. But can you hear that?
There goes WT.
Yeah, you can hear that motor ripping
Taking
through the
off.
woods. It's so funny because, again, you can tell the guys V8s versus the, the Cherokees.
We got Bryant Dunn again. What's up, Bryant? Bub Meadows is
Bub
watching.
Meadows,
Chad
what's up, buddy?
Molitor is watching.
I wonder if Bub's going to be here this weekend.
I don't know. Bub, are you going to be here this weekend?
What's up, Bub?
I don't think he's going to. I think I saw that he's not somewhere.
Say Colby was 3 hours out about an hour ago. So we'll see those guys. About supper time, they'll get here. What's the plan for supper tonight?
I knew you were going to say
That's the question.
I knew
We went
you were
downtown for
gonna say
breakfast, and the downtown scene's popping. There's tons of people out. It's awesome.
that is a cool downtown
It
area
is.
here in
There was
Hot
tons of
Springs.
people packing the streets. Apparently, there's like an arts and streets festival
Well,
going on.
I have my car, so we can
We had
go do.
me and
what we
Justin
wanna.
Wills had the trucks and trailers down. It was cute. It was awesome. I want to take the bouncer down it though. They do. Taylor was laughing because he was down there helping set up
I wonder
flags.
if we can get.
He was helping set up flags on those ledges, saying how incredibly tall they are. But
Yeah.
from here, it looks like
I know it's
Just
frustrating because we know what it looks like out here. If you're watching online and you've never been to an event in person, then you
Yes.
might think like, well, man, that looks pretty easy.
Yeah.
Just trust us.
yes.
Just
Yeah.
go ahead and assume it's twice as hard, 3 times as hard as it looks on camera.
Again, I think Charles will. 236-734. And that was for Justin Holback in the WT. We need to make like a front windshield sticker that says.
Hoback.
That's what I said.
You said whole back.
Holback. I said Holback. Holback.
Are you one of those people that says both?
Well, I think I'm like for
Instead
the.
of both?
I get
Both.
down. I get down here. I get down here in the South, and I just feel it. I just feel it. We're in the work truck.
Matt takes liberties and just throws in an
It's
extra
so
letter
weird.
here and
Like,
there.
Again, I'm from the from the North. We got that proper English. They'll come
Oh,
down
is that
here.
what that is?
We Yankees. Somebody in college asked me if I was a Yankee or a darn Yankee, and I was like, "What? What's the difference?" They said, "Well, a Yankee is someone who comes to the South and goes home. A darn Yankee is someone who comes down and never leaves." And I was like, "Oh." I was like, "No, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going.
You're like, I don't want to stay now.
Yeah, no, it was in college. They were always teasing me because I went to college in Kentucky.
Well, I was born and raised in
Kentucky.
Tennessee, but I don't sound like it.
Yeah,
So.
you really don't. You don't have an accent.
All right, Charles Carris.
Yes, we love his Cherokee.
I don't know why that sounds funny.
After
makes me laugh to hear that.
after Wildcat, he had some issues. I hooked the bouncer up to him. We pulled him all the way back.
I saw that.
Didn't
you snap a tow line or something?
No.
He got into a rut.
Oh, we did break his cable, but we ended up putting a different strap on there. Towed him all the way back, got him back. We started troubleshooting it. I had a code reader. I plugged my code reader in, read the codes. We tried clearing codes. We looked at some stuff. I hit the key just to try it. Fired right up.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, "Are you kidding me?" He put a bag around his brain box, the PCM, and I think he got some water in there, some moisture, and something just didn't, because it was like half full of water. He said.
Oh.
So I don't know if that
Kind of negates the purpose of having the bag on there.
So I don't know if somehow water got in there and affected that, and it finally dried out because the bag came off. I don't know if it finally dried out. So when I went to start it, again, you can see how big that ledge is there.
Stick it in a bag of rice next time.
Yeah. So I think it just finally dried out, but it was so funny. I came over, plugged the reed in, checked the reeds. I mean, literally, we'd done all this work to tow it over there. They had been jacking with it for like an hour or two. I hit the key, fires right up. And he was like, "You piece of junk."
I think everybody has had at least one moment like that, if not multiples, when racing, and it ends up just being something really dumb.
Yeah.
We've had that happen with the Avenger before. Dad knows what I'm talking about if Dad's still watching.
Yeah.
Where it was like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell everybody about that.
Yeah. I've had wires, like my fuse block. I had a wire one time came off the fuse block, so it wouldn't start in the middle of a run. Died in the middle of a run. Couldn't figure out. I spent like hours trying to figure it out. Literally, all I had to do, once I saw it, I just shoved the wire back on the the prong, fired right up. I was so mad.
It happens.
They tend not to.
Somehow these machines can handle so much abuse.
They do.
But then there's still like the dumb little finicky,
Yeah.
silly things can still take them down. Oh,
Charles jumping there.
Getting it.
I love his Cherokee.
All right, let's see what his time is.
And
That's
it's a
good.
pretty stout trail rig.
That's a 125.996. That does wrap up course 1 for our VIN class. Charles had the fastest time, followed by Justin Hoback. And then Otis Neal did his exhibitionary run. I hope he had fun with that.
Yeah, it looked like it was a good time.
We have our RCV Axle UTV Cup class next. Looks like some of those guys are heading down. We're going to let them get lined up, and we'll be back right after this.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com. What you want?
No matter where your ride takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
And we're back. Where are we at again?
Hey, look, there's Clyde. Matt,
dude,
we are
second time
at
today.
Hot Springs Off-Road Park.
It was a rough morning. That's all I'm saying.
Matt was going the wrong way on the interstate for a while.
I didn't get lost.
Direction.
Like, my GPS updated after I passed the exit.
Sure.
It did. I was so mad.
Uh-huh.
I was racing to beat the band.
That's what I say when I'm late, too.
I was
my GPS updated.
I was well beyond late. Like 38 minutes. At 38 minutes after I was supposed to be here, I was heading the opposite direction at, like, let's just say excessive speeds.
And there's no service in the park?
No.
So,
I
was like, well,
you're just here.
I'll just wait until he shows up, I guess.
You're just here. You're just here.
But he made it. We're glad for that. But, yeah, thank you guys for joining us on Hillside Live today. This is round 4, race number 4 so far for the season for the NRRA. We've had course 1 for our stock class and our VIN class, and we are kicking off the RCV Axle Unlimited class.
Wow.
Austin Tidwell out on the course.
I think it's Whiskey Bent that dude is getting it.
Sounds a little different after having
it does.
And I was VIN class out.
just thinking, like, if these guys are this loud, what's going to sound like tomorrow when the bouncers are next to us? Like, yeah. Well, my thing is, as long as they race kind of towards the first turn that's with a line with the trailer, it's okay. When they have to turn away from the trailer, they can shoot.
Right at us.
They can shoot rocks in here. That's a problem.
Projectiles.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen rocks go
Taylor
past.
doesn't have to worry about that.
I've seen rocks come past us and almost hit Taylor before. Now that we have the TV, it's a little different story, but
yeah, it's gonna be good times tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to get like a clear screen on the side. Get like just an air conditioned bubble we get to sit in.
Yeah, I'll be about that.
Taylor, I got one.
All right, Alston's making pretty quick work of this course. Except I do believe he missed a turn. Maybe that's why it seems so fast.
Yes. I think Clyde is letting them I think Clyde's telling him they're trying to stop him or let him know that he missed a turn.
He might have realized.
Yeah. I think they're telling him,
well,
hey,
Casey's going to go tell him. Is that Casey? Casey's like, dude, you were supposed to turn the next one, not the next tree, the other tree.
Casey's like, bro, you missed a turn.
Oh, man.
Here's the thing. As a racer, you would much rather have someone stop you, go back and fix it, and still get a time versus ended up with a DNF for the day, because there's about a 36-point difference. And that 36 makes a big, big difference. That's coming from a guy who's sitting in the top 10, Brie.
Top 10?
Top 10?
Who?
I don't like to brag.
Who are we talking about?
I'm a pretty big deal.
What? Good job.
Hey. Yeah,
you and Jack can battle it out.
He's got a little more horsepower than me, but that's okay. One more race, and then we're getting some changes made. I'm so geeked. I'm so geeked.
Oh.
I can't wait. There'll be videos. Don't worry.
Okay.
Taylor's gonna help me on that.
Okay.
You know he is. Because if I show up and start smoking him, he's gonna be like, "That's not cool, Matt."
Jack's like,
Yeah.
Throwing Venom away.
Yeah. No,
He's not going to stand for that.
Turbo. Is he putting a turbo on there? I can see that. Okay.
All right, Alston. Alston Tidwell, he did take a wrong turn, but was able to correct it and ended up with a 148.877. You know, it's always tough when you're the first one out on the course.
It is.
And he was a late entry. That's why he did have to go first. So if you're unfamiliar with how we do things, we draw numbers, run in order for all of our drivers, but if you sign up late after the fact, then you end up at the top of the list, unless we do allow that whichever driver drew number 1
to vote,
to decide if they're going to go before you or go at the end of, and almost always.
And speaking of running order, we draw that at 9 o'clock the Sunday before the race, and you have until 5 o'clock to enter. 5 o'clock to enter.
You do it at 9 o'clock?
8 o'clock, sorry.
Okay.
9 o'clock for 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock for Eastern. This is Adam Coots.
All right, Adam had the fastest time on course 1 for the Rock Life stock class. And
Again,
he is getting his money's worth
this
weekend and racing multiple classes with us.
He's trying to get as much seat time and racing as possible. Next weekend he'll be racing Ultra 4 at Rush Off-Road Park in Rush, Kentucky. I've been there before. They're doing their Ultra 4 stuff. It's a lot of fun. He is flying downhill. Again, I'm interested to see how many bouncers hit that jump tomorrow. We were all speculating on who would hit it. I'm number 4. So John Campbell's number 2, so I know he'll be racing in front of me. But I've seen him on Horsepower Hill. He'll make very quick work of that.
Well, if you're number 4, you're halfway down the list for Hill 1.
But Hill 2, I'm the second got to go. Thanks, Taylor. Appreciate that word of encouragement. Adam is killing it right now. That's going to be a quick time. 71.118 for Mr. Adam Koontz. We have about a dozen other drivers. Will Adam Koontz be able to hold on to that? I
can't help it.
I can't wait to laugh at you.
I'm laughing.
Just laugh in
I'm
your
not
face.
laughing with you, at you.
No.
I'm laughing with Taylor.
Wow. Wow. Jeez Louise. Gosh. Wow. She did. I thought she was reeling me in hook, line, and sinker, and then she just dropped it right there. That's okay. Gosh.
It's mostly just funny because you made a point of phonetically spelling it for yourself this morning.
And here's the thing. After you say it for 5 years, it's going to take a hot minute.
Yeah.
Coots. It's
phonetically
is
you can say this one.
Kootz.
Nathan King.
Yes, Nathan King.
Nathan asked me for some driving tips this morning, and I said, well, start with the pedal on the right and don't hit the trees.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You'll be good.
This kind of course, because there's so many trees and you're going up and downhill so fast, don't crash. That'd be the best I can give you. Just because.
And Nathan has had a few crashes so far this year.
And his crashes aren't usually like silly crashes. His are because he's pushing way too hard.
Right.
So that would be again.
He did say, well, it's actually the pedal on the left that I need to pay a little more attention to. I learned.
He jumped it. There we go.
Cleared that.
So I think that's, again, I make that joke, don't crash, especially on a course like this, but especially for Nathan King. And because he has been pushing so hard all season. Again, it's kind of like Wade. We've seen Wade have crashes before, but when Wade crashes, it's because he's pushing so hard.
Right.
It's not like it's, a silly crash. It's because he's literally just all out bouncing. Again, like I said, his last race at Wildcat was just bananas. We all thought Brandon had that 94. Weren't sure if he was going to be on a 93 and then ran at 84.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Again, I wasn't sure if Nate was going to jump that double jump there, but it looks like everybody else is kind of slowing up.
Whoa! .042.
Wow.
That looked faster to me than Adam's run, but Adam had him by 3 seconds. So
if Adam was able to lay down a 71, do you think somebody's going to beat that? I mean, Nathan King was flying.
I mean, Madison's on the line right now. We've still got the Caissons and Cooper and DC. And Brent. It's
there's a lot of good.
They're going to keep it interesting. Let's say.
You think it's Madison on the line there? It's so hard to tell with
I
her
think
rig.
It's
so hard to tell.
Is a good giveaway.
So hard to tell if it's her rig or not. I could see that if it was on the moon. I'd be like, oh, look, there she is. There she is. It is the most neon pink buggy you will ever see in your entire life.
My dad wants to know what we were laughing about.
Don't worry about it.
He said we can't hear all the mics that you can hear.
Yes. Your daughter, you just need to do better. That's all I'm saying, okay?
Oh, please.
Okay? She's out of control over here.
I wasn't. All I did was look at you, and you.
Out of control. All right, we got Madison King. I remember doing the drawing, watching the, knowing, again, since I do the drawing, again, that's Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock for Eastern Time, the Sunday before races. You can be registered by 5. I was doing the drawing, and I saw Madison, and the next name I pulled was Nathan, and there were literally there was like 2 and 4 or something.
Yeah, that doesn't happen
3 and 5
often.
or whatever. So in this, Madison will get to sit in the starting gate and watch both of Nathan's runs on Course 1 and Course 2. And I promise you, she's going to take pointers from that. Usually you see them, their numbers are a little farther apart, so you'll see Nathan giving pointers to Madison or Madison giving pointers to Nathan. Now, tomorrow on the Bounty Series, they are an odd and even, so you'll see them, get to give pointers to each other. And it's really neat to see them kind of work on the race programs together. Now, don't get me wrong, we talked to them earlier this year. Did a great interview with them. They're planning on, he said, once you get in this race seat, it's a different story, but pre-race seat, we try to help each other out as much as possible.
They're such a nice family, too, though. They're always...
They really are.
Got a smile on their
Yes.
face. Nathan, even, no matter if he cartwheeled the buggy down the hill or what might have happened, they're just a great family.
Well, and again...
I've enjoyed getting to spend some time with them after the races and, hanging out Friday nights or whatever. Ooh, keep her straight, Madison.
Yeah, wow. 81.245 for Madison King. Again, I got a very quick time. Not enough to take that top spot, but a great quick time. And again, one thing about Nathan I thought was so neat is you'll see him roll his buggy. Then the next racer, he'll be out on the hill helping get him off the hill if they crash. So they are a really, really nice family.
Taylor, speaking of that interview, do we have any of those from earlier this year queued up?
Got Robert Trainer sitting in that starting gate. That purple buggy stands out. There's a nice breeze back here, though. Robert Trainer out there. I teased him on one of his TikTok videos. He was posting some videos of his run of Wildcat. And he was a picture, and he put, Robert Trainer. And I was like, is that Megan's brother? Megan Trainer's a famous singer, so naturally I always give Robert a hard time. But he, again, great racer. Ooh, making a smooth transition there. I feel like that second one we've seen guys jump, but that third one they have to kind of check up a little bit more for. Again, with bouncers,
think they can keep enough momentum.
Yeah, I think with bouncers you'll see a little bit bigger tire and a little bit bigger shock. I think they'll be able to soak that second one up a little bit more, but that'll be exciting to watch tomorrow. Yeah, that second one looks like they're checking up a little more, and I don't know if that's because it's closer together or they're not able to keep the momentum.
We still haven't seen anybody jump that one down in the flat section. That's a 78.438 for Robert Trainer. Fastest time right now is still Adam Coots with a 71.1, and then Nathan King with a 74, and then Robert Trainer with a 78. We've got Cody Caisson on the line.
Down there in Daddy's Money. I like their bracelets they had made up. It's half his buggy, half his brother's buggy. It's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, I think I have one on my backpack somewhere.
Cody was down there.
Cody raced the stock class all last season and then jumped into the cup class with his brother Clay this year. Both of them have been doing really well.
Again, he was down there this morning working on Jay Stortz's bug. Yeah, he was the one down there. I think they were replacing a shock bolt, maybe? I don't remember exactly what they were doing with it because I couldn't quite tell.
I feel like he said the tranny was about to let loose or something.
Really?
Isn't that what happened to Jay at
oh, he knocked a hole in it.
At Disney?
And then lost all the fluid and then kept racing 9 more races. And he somehow just kept going. Which
did he race it at Wildcat?
I don't know.
I know he for sure at Disney had like 3 flat tires and the tranny was leaking.
Yeah, well, he knocked a hole in it, and it lost all the fluid, and he kept driving it, and then I think he drove it back at the end of the night. I'm like, how's that thing still moving?
Tough little thing.
I was very impressed. It was he runs a Polaris Razor, so I was very, very impressed. Ooh, wow. A little jolt there.
Is he going to jump? No.
I think after...
There's just not enough room there coming down the hill and making that corner.
And the last thing you want to do is come down and stuff that front end. .287 for Cody Casey.
It's a third place time right now. Kerry Ramsey says, looks like great weather. It is great. It's a beautiful day out here today. We are at Hot Springs Off-Road Park.
And it is beautiful weather.
In Arkansas, if you don't know where Hot Springs
is.
Yes,
yeah, Hot Springs, Arkansas.
And we are having a great day of racing so far. If you're just joining us, welcome to Hillside Live. I am Bree, and I've got Matt up here with me as always. And we're watching some great racing going on today. We're in the middle of our RCV Axle UTV Cup class right now, about halfway through Course 1. We ran Course 2 for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock class and our VIN class already. And after we finish Course 1 for the Cup class, we'll take a short break and be back for Round 2 as always. This is Mark Carpenter on the line now. We got Mr. Wyatt Wilson watching with us as well. Wyatt, I was talking about racing at AOP and Tasha getting in there with the 4-seater as well.
And again, Dan Carter is on our list next, but he drew number 13, so he gets to go, I think he's choosing to go last, because you get to choose first in your 13th place or last. So this is Mark Carpenter. And again, he's racing this side-by-side, which got here an hour ago, he said. And he'll be racing his Big Rock Bouncer, which is a busted knuckle chassis, tomorrow. He's had it a few weeks, he said, but he hasn't raced it yet, and he's got very little seat time. So he said this weekend will be very interesting. I said, well, Timmy Cameron always used to say there's no seat time like race seat time, so he'll definitely get broken well. Again, making quick work of that downhill section. Again, you can see him kind of checking up a little bit for those little lips.
He kind of came down the bank on that right side.
Yeah, his side-by-side and his Big Rock Bouncer are both the same color scheme, so kind of cool to watch. Yeah, I'm interested to see how many guys are going to just blast through these tomorrow. See the ledges to see, are we going to have anybody just hit them all full tilt?
Dano's up here on the hill doing charades and telling me that he built that buggy.
Oh, okay.
For Mark Carpenter.
Yeah. He did. He did say he built one that was going to be here today. I remember him saying that. Again, I think there must be just too much of a gap there to make that in a side-by-side.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from the camera angle that we've got now.
I know, but Dan Bowman will be down here this week, so hopefully.
Did he get everything back together finally? .78.813 for Mark Carpenter.
I think he did. I don't know for sure, but I think he did.
DC
Thompson.
Yeah, something looked weird when I looked over there.
It's his panels.
No, it was his
helmet.
Helmet looked weird.
I think he went to a darker shield, maybe.
I don't.
He's always had a dark shield.
I don't know. Either way, this is DC Thompson on the line. What the heck was that?
It was a rock. DC flung a rock in here. It was DC Thompson's fast buggy that flung a rock in here.
The one that didn't even move yet?
Again, this is a new chassis. DC built this middle of the way through the year last year. And and put it on the podium about half a dozen times. So he has been very competitive with this new chassis. And I honestly don't know if it was the chassis or he just learned to hold back a little more. DC was always like he was leading the pack until he crashed or broke something. So I think he's learned just to back off the throttle a hair and be a little more conservative. And the buggy kind of stayed together a little better. And again, put it on the podium probably at least a half a dozen times last year. That right there, that's a smooth transition.
DC's fun fact is that apparently he is a heck of a BMX.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Rider. I almost said driver. I have not seen it for myself, but I have heard that he's got some pretty crazy skills on a bicycle.
I believe it.
Maybe we'll get him to do a halftime show for us someday. We've got Adam Coots up here in the trailer with us. Adam, we haven't seen you out here in a while. What do you think of DC's run so far?
Probably going to beat me the way he's going.
I don't know. You came out and smoked that.
He's the one that wanted to jump that ramp, and he didn't jump it.
Ooh.
Oh, 71.794, literally 6/10 of a second.
Behind. Yep. So, Adam, you had a 71.1, and DC just put a 71.7. And so we've got Dan Carter on the line. We've still got Clay and Brandon, Casey, Cooper.
Clay's going to come out and try to smoke this. I promise you.
He's last, so.
Oh, he's definitely going to try.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess Dan maybe isn't going to last then.
No, he decided to stay number 13.
Okay. I assumed he'd be going last.
No.
Just because I think the course may smooth out. You know, since it's so light dirt.
Exactly.
I thought a lot of those rough edges smooth out. So, again.
So, Adam, we hadn't seen you out here in a while. You went from UTV class and Shake and Bake,
yep.
and then you had Riot, and then you had
sold Shake and Bake.
Yep.
And
then you sold Riot. And we're back, and have you raced this one yet before today?
I raced at Fritz's place.
Yeah, yep.
Fritz's out for Outlaw.
2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
No, probably 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Then I did the Bounty 2 weeks
ago. Okay.
Lost it by 2 seconds.
Oh, man. So how's the new chassis feel? Good?
Oh, my God. It's night and day compared to the Razor.
Really?
Oh, my God. Just coming downhill, I mean, it's like you don't feel nothing.
You were smoking the downhill section.
Yeah, I mean, and I always sucked at downhill.
Yeah.
That's what lost me at the Bounty because, I wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
So coming down, in the Razor, they're a lot stiffer. And you hit a little rock, your rear end goes left and right, and then you end up hitting a tree. And that's I didn't come down the hill very fast.
Again, this is Dan Carter for that Rock Life Off-Road buggy.
Dan might jump it. Nope.
Again, we were kind of debating on who was going to jump and who wasn't.
Well, it was DC's idea.
I would have thought that DC would have. Clay
yeah.
might if he's pushing hard enough since he's wrapping
DC's
things
the one
up.
that made the guy do it with his excavator and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, it's jumpable. It's jumpable.
All right, let's see what Dan's time is.
.437 for Dan Carter, that Rock Life Off-Road buggy.
Everybody's within 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's so tight.
It's tight. So we've got Adam with 71.1, DC with 71.7, and then we go to Nathan with 74.0, Cody with 74.2. We've got 278s, 80, 81. Yeah, you guys are all paired up. It seems like.
I figured it'd be more of a track here, so I came down.
Yeah.
Because
and next weekend you're racing Ultra 4?
That's my first race.
You excited?
A
little nervous?
Nervous, but
that's good. That's good.
They're thinking about 2 hours long. I don't know.
That's different.
Yeah, it is.
I ain't physically
thrashing through there for 2 hours. Yeah.
I know.
Have you ever done one of the
you better drink lots of water
survival
before.
races back in the day or anything like that?
No, I used to race dirt bikes and four-wheelers, but they were half hour long, but you're full blast.
Right.
Go.
Yeah.
But 2 hours, that's a
yeah. You better drink a lot of water. Getting your arm workouts in. You know,
basically probably as long as today's going to be.
Yeah.
I think once you get your adrenaline rushing, though, and you're just sitting in there thinking,
pushing
the
hard.
one survival race I ever did in UTV, I felt like I was like pod racing, you know, in Star Wars, how you're just you're going so fast and you're staying in between the trees, you know, and you're just like focused the whole time. And then it's like, whoa, that went by really fast.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, like I said, because, you know, I don't know if I'll be in people's way or if they'll be, you know.
Yeah.
But I got Paul Wolf and Chris behind me to help.
There you go. There you go.
They're helping me out big time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, Paul can teach you a lot. You know,
he built it.
You want to push hard, push fast, but at the same time also be a little conservative. You know, you go out and Shannon Campbell, I learned that from him. Him and Terry Madden, one time we were at Badlands years ago at an Ultra 4 race, and you know, Terry was saying him and Bailey Campbell were racing together, and he was co-driving, and there was a bunch of people blowing by him on the first lap, and he's like, don't chase him, because he was like, we need to chase him. We got to go. We got to push. He said, no. Run your race. He said, I promise you, we'll catch up. Because if we really wanted to, we could outrace these guys. He said, but we're not. Sure enough, by lap 2, they're one by one. Started picking them all off. They're broke. They hit clips. They broke a tie rod, broke a ball joint. You know.
I mean, you got to go as fast as you can, but
same time, you know, be conservative. So it was. I think they ended up finishing first or second. I can't remember, but obviously did very well.
Like I said, Paul is, you know, I got a good chassis. So
yeah, and again, it's you know that's kind of different. Ultra rock bouncing. We go out and we push as hard as we can, as fast as we can for a shorter time. You know, like I said, a minute, 2 minutes, somewhere in there. Where Ultra 4, you can't go out and do that.
Nope.
You know, you have to learn how to be conservative and
basically got a race like we were doing today. I mean, nothing difficult today.
Yeah.
Wow. Casey Howell out on the course.
Casey just pelted Jack with rocks.
Jack needs like a plexiglass shield to stand behind next to the starting line.
Again, we're talking about that when Nathan King was running, coming downhill. It's not how fast you can go; it's how controlled you can be. You know, and again, we seen Daniel Heckley rolled this morning. Coming down, he was trying to push it hard and just didn't. You know.
Yeah, he said he didn't have no brakes.
Oh, really?
That's what he said, but I mean, you can't have brakes when you're in the air.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what we told him.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have brakes in the air.
Yeah, I like that quote. We can't really have brakes in the air. Yeah, it turns out not to work so well.
I think they said that's why Brandon came down so fast too.
Yeah.
His brakes ain't that good.
Again, maybe need some new pads on there. Again, Casey's smoking this course. Again, being able to have so many downhill sections, everybody's going to push hard uphill. It's the guys that can push hard but yet still be controlled coming downhill. I think they're really going to win. How do those big ledges feel for you?
In this Can-Am, I mean, I don't feel nothing.
Yeah.
It's like coming downhill. It's just crazy. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you could just fly down that hill and not feel nothing.
That's a 75.228 for Casey Howell.
Again, a quick time there. Again, like I said, we talked a little bit in the live feed when the VIN class was running. You can see some of those guys slow up for how big those ledges are.
Yeah, especially when Hoback went on that. I mean, you really tell on that one.
You can see how it nose down.
We're jumping off, or some of us jumping off of it.
So you can see how big some of those are. And again, it doesn't really come across the screen. It looks like he's kind of just easing down this cute little hill.
The one right before Daniel wrecked, I mean, you stand up. I mean, it's straight up and down. It's about right here.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's about chest high.
About 5 foot.
We always tell people it's way steeper in person than it is on camera.
And we thought we was going to go up it last night and stuff, and we're like, there ain't no way we'll make it because it's straight up. They dug it straight out. I think the bouncers are.
Yeah, the bouncers are, and again, that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds too. So,
Cooper Bentley on the line.
Again, Cooper.
Either Cooper's been out riding yesterday, or he didn't wash it since Wildcat.
He test run while ago.
Okay.
Did he find every mud puddle out here?
Well, it was that one at the very end where we made a ramp over.
Oh.
Me and DC and Dan started throwing tree limbs in it, and then Clyde told him to come over and build a little ramp on it.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah,
somebody's got to be the guinea pig.
He's been racing bouncers with us most of the season and raced side-by-sides at the last event at Wildcat and won.
Yep.
He's like, well, I thought about doing it. Thought it'd be fun, and boom, won it. So I thought that was super neat.
Yeah, he's a good driver.
Yeah,
and young.
Definitely. He's sitting, I think, 6th or 8th right now for the season in bouncer class. So doing really well there, and then obviously won the UTV class at Wildcat. Getting a great drone shot there by Delta Drone Works.
He's got a good run here.
You can check up a little bit there.
I think you might see a couple jumping on the second hill.
Yeah.
That was a really good run.
He's
Let's see.
flying. Wow.
Wow.
6.5.111. That is your new leader, Mr. Cooper Bentley.
Wow.
Man, it didn't look that fast.
It didn't. It really
I was
didn't look
thinking
that
of
fast.
a second or two.
Yeah. Again, sitting right now in the booth with us, Adam Coots is here, and he is sitting in second place with a 71. So, again, Cooper coming out and absolutely smoking that course. And you're right, it didn't look that fast. I mean, it looked quick,
It looked.
but it didn't look like like that fast
it
of a
looked a
run.
second or
I
two
thought he was
faster.
gonna. I thought he was gonna beat me by a second or two.
Wow. Well done, Cooper.
Yeah, especially he checked up in front of that dirt a little bit, and I thought, oh, that's a good run. Yeah, that's a great time.
All right, we've got Clay Kaysen pulling up to the starting line, and then
Is Brandon?
we've
not
got.
going?
I don't know. He's on the list, but he
Clay's-
hasn't shown up down here yet.
Clay's supposed to be last.
I guess we'll have to see if Brandon
He was in his rig when I walked by.
had something wrong. Taylor said. Okay, there's a mystery
Problem.
an undiagnosed problem with Brandon's Can-Am.
He was sitting in it
apparently.
when I came over. I thought he was ready.
Huh?
The yellow.
I
oh.
don't know.
I'm like yellow and black. I don't think he owns one.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam's like, wait a second.
Well, he can jump
Clay
at anybody's
Kaysen?
right now because he ain't raced the hill yet. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Clay Kaysen, 401K.
All right, the time to beat is a 65.1 that Cooper Bentley just laid down. And if he can't beat that, he's at least got to beat the 74.2 that his brother Cody laid down. Sounds right.
yeah, that'd be a.
He is smoking too. He is flying. Is there something? Looked like something was wrong with the front end for there a second.
Yeah, he's got a good run.
That's a smoking run. Again, that first jump, it looks like everybody's done smooth.
Yeah, the first jump's actually fun.
Yeah, the second one looks like they had to kind of pop up a little bit more. And you're racing the UTV bounty class with us tomorrow as well.
No, I got to go home.
Okay.
I got 2 soccer games first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Oh, there's our first
There we
he did
go.
jump it, didn't he?
Yep,
Yeah.
our first one.
There we go.
Let's see if it
Man, I didn't get.
what it did for him here.
Wish I'd have got to watch it.
Wow.
63.805. That is your fastest time on course one.
Wish we
Clay
could see a
Kaysen,
replay
the
on
only
that.
one to jump. Taylor, do we have a replay on that jump towards on the last stretch there? It was a little hard to tell because
Yeah.
we had the
The drone was right
drone
behind him.
footage up above him.
Talk about right place, right time for the drone.
All right, sounds like Brandon is going to be getting his run in. So while we wait for him, see if we can. There it is.
Again, right there, leaping over that jump.
Yeah, he pretty much cleared it. Wow.
Again, as soon as he must have been on the gas, that last coming out of there. So now that he jumped it, you think Bounce will jump it tomorrow?
Oh, I think the bouncers definitely could
Yeah.
jump. Because, even if they case it a little bit,
Yeah.
their tires.
They're long. They're going
Yeah.
to make it.
I don't think
Halfway
I don't think they
anyway.
can jump it the other way. There we go.
Yeah, he must have been on the gas wide open right there.
Man, he even bobbled there and still tried it. Wow.
He must have been just wide open because, he cleared it quite
He
well.
did. I mean,
He was committed.
It went
Yeah.
perfect. Wow.
And
Well,
it worked, man. Shaved off
And then as soon as he hit that first jump, came back, hit
fastest time by 2 seconds.
that second jump and blazed through. Yeah, and again, like I
They
said,
beat me by 8.
So
Yeah.
we still have Brandon Davis.
Wow.
That's not Brandon. Brandon is
It
getting,
might be Brandon.
getting buckled in.
It
Oh.
might be Brandon.
Oh,
and
it's-
Cooper, and Cooper's rig, you mean?
It
is
is.
Brandon.
Oh, all right.
I love it.
I'm not used to seeing him outside the Can-Am.
I know. So what happens if he comes out here and smokes Cooper's time?
Well, that happened
I don't
at
know.
that happened at the Outlaw race.
Yeah.
Nathan. He had the fastest time, and Nathan raced his buggy and beat
Really?
him by 2 seconds.
Wow.
So Nathan had the fastest time on that hill.
Nathan raced whose Brandon's? The
No, Cooper's.
Oh, Cooper's?
Yeah, Cooper raced, and he had the fastest time. And
And then Nathan beat him in his own
buggy. They couldn't get Nathan's done before the first hill, and Cooper said, so he jumped in last one and beat Cooper by 2 seconds.
By 2 seconds. That's hilarious.
All right. Well, this buggy already laid down a smoking fast 65-second run on this hill. Let's see what Brandon can do with it.
It's been a while since he's been in a Razor.
Yeah,
it's been, what, 3 seasons now he's been in the Can-Am?
It's going to be interesting to see what he thinks of the Can-Am versus the Razor.
Oh, he's going to get out with it and be like, man, my back hurts.
I got to drive a Razor at Moab last year I got to drive a Can-Am for about 4 hours. And then I hopped in a Razor and drove it 100 feet. And I was sold on Can-Ams from that minute.
Oh.
I could not believe the difference. Now, granted, the Can-Am was a lot more high-end Can-Am.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was a lot more had been.
Yeah, like I said, mine's Paul Wolf built.
Yeah.
So I don't know what a stock one feels like. But
yeah. It was about a 6-year, 8-year difference. And the Can-Am had stuff done to it. So it was. But I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't believe the difference.
Clyde's Can-Am has had a hard life, though.
Well, his Razor's had even more of a hard life. That thing's been thrashed for a decade.
All right, let's see his time.
Dang it.
6'9.764. Again, good enough for third place.
Wow.
Those top 3 just barely squeaked in.
Our last 3 drivers
beat me.
Just squeaked
shook
in.
up the whole podium. Well, this is just for course 1, remember. We'll be back with round 2 for everything. But Clay Kaysen had the fastest time with a 63.8, followed by Cooper Bentley with a 65.1, Brandon Davis with a 69.7. And then, let's see, we went to Adam Coots with a 71.1. And then DC Thompson with a 71.7.
Okay.
Those are your top 5 for course 1.
Again, that's our racing for the first course. We're going to go ahead and take a 35-minute break, and we'll be back with our second course again. Today is Friday, so we have side-by-sides and VIN class. Tomorrow will be Big Bouncers and the UTV Bounty Series. So we'll come back in about 30-35 minutes.
All right, so don't go too far.